The Toronto Blue Jays originally traded away YUSEI Kikuchi for prospect Jake Bloss, but then we heard a little later after that trade came out that the Jays also got two other prospects in that deal, including Jake Bloss in Joey Loperfido as well as Will Wagner. So in today's video, we're going to kind of break this trade down here and talk about these three prospects which the Jays ended up getting in this deal for a rental. YUSEI Kikuchi is going to play for the Astros for a couple months and then hit free agency. I think this was a pretty great deal already just for Jake Bloss, straight up for YUSEI Kikuchi. But then we found out that they got two other prospects, which just makes this deal even better. And we definitely don't get to see Ross Atkins, unfortunately, make a ton of great trades, but this is definitely one of the better ones we have seen in recent memory. And starting off here, let's take a look at the Houston Astros prospect rankings by Fangraphs from June 11th. They ended up having Joey Bloss as the Astros' number 2 prospect, Joey Loperfido as the number 3 prospect, and then Will Wagner as the number 26 ranked prospect in the Astros system, which may not be a great one. It is kind of one of the lower tier kind of prospect, systems in all of baseball, but still, that is a pretty good haul there for a rental in YUSEI Kikuchi. He was not even pitching that great, especially as of late in the last month or so. He has really not been pitching that good. So considering what he's kind of done this season overall, I think this is a pretty, honestly, phenomenal package to get in return there. You get a guy, Jake Bloss, there, who I think is a guy who could definitely make an impact right away for the Blue Jays this season right now. He's a guy who has made a few starts there for the Astros. They haven't gone very well, but he still made, 3 starts there with the Astros, kind of shown a bit there. And if you do want a more kind of in-depth breakdown and scouting report on Jake Bloss there, I posted the video yesterday talking about him in that trade, so definitely go check that video out. But Jake Bloss, the guy can make an impact right away, has some kind of mid-rotation potential, but definitely seems like a very good prospect, one of the better prospects already in the Blue Jays system. Now taking a look, though, at Joey Loperfido, a guy who has also made his debut in the MLB this season with the Astros there. He just recently turned 25 years old a couple months ago there, so still pretty young, not an old prospect. Well, for a prospect, you could definitely say a little old, but he's still pretty young there at 25 years old, turned that fairly recently. He's a guy who can play left field, center field, right field, and first base, so a quite versatile ball player. He's a lefty bat with a lot of pop in that bat there. He hits a lot of home runs there in AAA this year. Ended up having 39 games played and 13 home runs. So pretty much 1 in every 3 games at AAA level there. Ended up hitting a home run. He also had 33 RBIs, 9 stolen bags, and 39 games played is not too bad at all. 272 average there, 933 OPS, not too bad. And in the majors, though, ended up having 38 games played, only 2 home runs, 16 RBIs, 2 stolen bags, a 236 average with a 658 OPS. So pretty small sample size there, but definitely a pretty talented hitting prospect. He's got a lot of pop in that bat. Might hit for a decent average, but is not going to walk a ton and is also going to strike out quite a bit. So there's some good and some bad with his bat there, but he seems like he has some decent speed there. 9 stolen bags in 39 games played is not too bad. So I think overall it should be a pretty solid prospect there. And for adding him in alongside a guy like Joey Bloss and a guy like Will Wagner, we're going to talk about next, I think this is a pretty great deal. And Joey is also a guy who is MLB ready, as he has, played quite a few games there with the Astros this season. So he can either play with the Jays right away in the MLB or possibly play in AAA with the Buffalo Bison. But moving on now and taking a look at the other prospect the Jays got, and that is Will Wagner, who's actually Billy Wagner's kid, who was an MLB great back in his day. But taking a look at Will here, his son, Will ended up turning 26 years old actually yesterday. So the day of this actual trade going down, he ended up turning 26 years old. Pretty, I would say, cool birthday present, you could say, I guess, for him, possibly. And Will has the ability to play first base, second base, and third. So fairly versatile guy, can play most spots in the infield, which is quite nice. And with Will turning 26 years old yesterday, there's definitely a chance that we could possibly end up seeing him make his MLB debut at some point throughout the rest of this season. He is the guy who's been raking in AAA this year, putting up some great numbers. He hits for a lot of average there. He's a lefty bat as well, just like Joey is. But this is a guy who, hits for average there. Does not have a ton of power in his bat, but walks a lot. Does not strike out a ton there. So a pretty different hitter than the guy Joey is, which is not a bad thing at all. 2 different type of hitters there. One's more of a power guy, one's more of an average guy, but definitely a pretty solid hitter himself. Ended up putting up some quite phenomenal numbers there in AAA with the Astros this season, having 70 games played there, 13 doubles, 2 triples, 5 home runs, 41 RBIs, had 3 stolen bags, with 54 walks compared to 33 strikeouts is not too bad. A 307 batting average, 424 on base, 429 slugging for an 853 OPS. So overall, pretty great numbers there from a guy who's obviously a more of a kind of an average guy. Definitely not much power in his bat, but still a pretty good all-around hitter there, and definitely going to make an impact on the Jays at some point throughout this season, or possibly do so next season. Anyways, though, thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like and subscribe button for a ton more Toronto Blue Jays content. If you're a Jays fan, this is the place to be. So definitely subscribe for more content, as well as don't forget to comment down below your thoughts on this trade here. I think overall, this was one of the better ones that I can really think of coming off the top of my head here by Ross Atkins. He has not made a ton of great moves, but this is definitely a very, very good move by Ross Atkins and this Blue Jays front office. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next one. See ya.